I can also do a few more later. So we're gonna do X Blaze after this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do X Blaze after this. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and open up this part this time. So what's cracking, people? Anansi here, and welcome back to Star Wars: Knights of the Republic. In the last one, I well, we got Mission Deo, and we started doing a couple of missions. We started exploring the Undercity with her. In this one, we opened up. She wants to have a talk with us, even though we just had a talk like it was a recording time, not a minute ago. So let's go and speak to her.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Uh, I want to talk to you about your brother.
I, I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him.
You don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to.
No, I want to tell you. Zalbar's a great listener, but it might be nice to talk about this with someone who doesn't reply in growls and grunts. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Tars. I was just a kid, only 5, but I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in a starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know?
How could your brother do that to a 5-year-old?
I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me.
He's family. You have to stick by your family.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, I don't know where I'd be. He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive. Showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
Sounds like pretty handy skills to have, Mission.
Yeah, Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would.
Why did he leave?
He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went.
Who's Lena?
I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need?
Quite the mouth on her. Now we know why it's rated teen. I'll ask you about the planet later, but right now we gotta keep going to get these side missions done. Nothing, never mind.
Okay, have it your way.
So we're going to have an early cut here. Well, no, I think we can talk about this on the way back. So yeah, with regards to mission, she went from like the whole point of an elevator ride. She went from I don't want to talk about my older brother to let's go ahead and talk about it. Also, he left because a woman took him from her. So we got a lot going on there. Mission, I think mission. In terms of age, in terms of age, I want to say she's like maybe in her mid-teens. I want to say she's maybe 15 or 16. She's not that old. She's not that old. Black Gold cars. We could probably sneak by them. Let's go ahead and just go and take these guys out. Yeah, but in terms of in terms of age, she's not that old. And I just got blindsided by other Black Gold. Go ahead and get a health pack. And if you hit A at any point in your move list, you can automatically do another. You can automatically override it with something else more important that you feel is more important to the situation. My character is just missing like crazy. This is why it helps to have gunners to back you up, because man, oh man, can it be hard to deal with just enemies dodging your attacks. So where does this go? Okay, lower secret parts. We don't need to go there. So yeah, we learned a good bit about mission there. Between her brother just dipping for no apparent reason. That, well, at least not for no apparent reason, but apparently this Lena character convinced him to leave and to leave mission behind. That's mission's viewpoint, but we also learned that, well, her brother Griff isn't exactly the most upstanding individual. He isn't exactly the most upstanding individual on the planet. So a lot of that, I'm willing to bet, is probably confirmation bias. But yeah, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go back into the South Upper City, and we want to turn in the rat ghoul serum to the kindly doctor up here, so that way we can then fulfill this one. Oh boy, so how do I explain this? Because you want to do this first because you only get one rat ghoul serum. You only get one. Just one. And you're going to want to use this one wisely.
Welcome back. Are you in need of healing or medical supplies? I can treat you right here at the center for almost any condition, except the rat ghoul disease, of course.
I have the serum to cure the rat ghoul disease.
You have the serum? Impossible. How did you get this? No, wait. I don't really want to know. Can I see it? The serum, I mean? I need to see if there is enough for me to analyze it so I can start producing it in mass quantities.
Here you go.
Let me see. Yes, this is it. A cure for the rat ghoul disease. With this sample, I can make enough serum for everyone. The people of Terrace owe you a debt they can never repay. Please, take this small reward. It isn't much, but it's all I can afford. A few credits and 2 spare med packs.
Keep your words up. You need it more than I do.
You truly have a noble and generous spirit. But you deserve something for your effort. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount whenever you shop at my store. It's the least I can do. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Okay, as we got.
Of course. Just step over here and I'll show you what I have in stock. My prices are very reasonable. Just what I need to keep this facility operating.
So we go into his system. He now has the rat ghoul serum for 40 credits. Go ahead and buy this. Now you can actually unlock this door.
No problem.
Let's go ahead and bring mission with us.
Gotcha.
I didn't show this off last time.
What are you doing? Don't go in there. That door is for employees only.
Hey, I recognize these men. They're Republic soldiers.
You recognize these soldiers? But how? Unless you're a friend of the Republic.
Just wait, I'm a friend of the Republic. You can trust me.
I guess I'd better tell you what's going on. I only hope the Sith don't find out what I've done. Since the space battle overhead, people have been secretly bringing in these Republic soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. I had to take them in. What choice did I have? Their injuries are terrible. Most won't survive. But at least I can make their last days more comfortable. And at least here, they're hidden away from the Sith.
Well, for that you have my thanks. It's good to know that at least some of these men ended up in compassionate hands.
I hate to imagine what the Sith would do if they discovered these soldiers here. But since their initial questioning, the Sith have not returned, so it may be my fears are unfounded.
Don't worry. Is there anything I can do to help?
I'm afraid there's nothing more anyone can do for these soldiers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should return to the front in case anyone comes in needing medical attention.
And that's it. That's all I want to show, is that if you unlock the store, you can find hidden Republic soldiers back here who are unfortunately not going to survive the process. I could have showed this off earlier, but basically it's just letting you know that, yeah, you're not going to be able to save these guys. Also, I believe these soldiers have one of the default male character faces for character creation.
You blew it. If you'd brought that rat ghoul serum to Zax, you would have made it worth your while. But no, you had to go and do the honorable thing.
So Gurney called you out for it because, well, you did the right thing instead of the wrong thing, and that's basically all there is to it.
Hey Karth, can I talk to you for a second?
Are you ready to have a civil chat? Or is this gonna be another childish tantrum?
Tantrum? I'm trying to apologize, you nerf herder. Ugh, I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get mad at you. It's just that I'm sick of everyone treating me like I'm a helpless kid.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry about what I said too. I'm just a little on edge lately. Not surprising considering all we've been through, but I shouldn't take it out on you.
It's about time you two made up.
Mission, you have to know that we don't think you're helpless. I mean, look where we are. Look at what we're doing. You're not just along for the ride. We need you.
You really mean it, don't you? Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. Not even Big Z. He might think it, but he's not really one for words, you know. Thanks, Karth.
Well, it's no big deal. I mean, I know how it is. Sometimes you just need to hear a few words of encouragement. Kids are like that.
Kids are like that? Listen, you... Oh, I get it. Okay, you got me. You're pretty funny, Karth, for an old guy. Come on, geezer. Let's get back to what we were doing.
And just like that, it's resolved. So there are going to be several instances where you have characters who talk back and forth like that. I do not believe Karth and Mission have any more, what's the word? I do not believe they have any more interactions in the field like that, at least for right now, so he should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Keble.
Welcome.
So let's do we got for
Because
sale.
of the Sith.
I'm going to sell a couple of things. Okay, so here's the Banadin alloy. This is why I didn't want to get this. At the Achani fiber armor is the reason why I didn't want to get this, because you can upgrade it and it is worth way more. Also, clothing sells for nothing, so don't bother doing it. So we're going to go ahead and sell this heavy combat suit. I'm going to keep Mission's Fiber Blade. We're going to sell this blaster pistol. We have 4 blaster rifles now. That are basically the equivalent of the heavy pistol. So you want to go ahead and sell these. A little bit of stuff here. Motion detection goggles. So this gives you +2 awareness, +1 demolition, and +1 security. This is something that you do want to give to Mission. I forgot to do this for her, but there is a bit of a catch when doing it. Sell this and sell these frag mines. Okay, so there's that. Is there anything else I can go ahead and grab here? No, I don't want to grab that one, so we're going to hold off on that for right now. Okay, so next we're going to go talk to Dia. But this is why I said you want to hold off on it, because the Ichani fiber armor is upgradable, but at its base level it is equivalent to the Banadin alloy. You can buy it if you want to have like the unique items in the game, which what's the one I'm looking for here? Which is something that I know, there's something I have done every now and then. It's hard to do, but you can do it, especially in the opening sections because you don't have that much money lying around. But it's just something to keep an eye on. Okay, so here's Dia.
You're back. Did you manage to get Holden to withdraw the price on my head?
I spoke with Holden. I convinced him to remove the bounty on your head.
He called the bounty off? That's wonderful. I only wish I had something to give you as a reward. Wait a minute, I know. I don't have many credits, but there is something I can give you. It's a family heirloom. It's not much, but it's something.
You can keep your reward, Dia. Helping you with things enough.
I can never truly repay you for helping me, but you'll always have my thanks for what you did.
I believe what she gives you is a blaster or an upgrade part you can just kind of find. It's nothing important, and if you turn down stuff, you get more light side points. We're trying to max out our light side. What's the word here? 1,000 years ago, the long forgotten Sith returned to the Republic, and the Great Hyperspace War began. We're going to go here. We're going to upgrade a couple of things. So let's go ahead and upgrade some armor. So here's one downside. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Let me do that. Here's one downside to the upgrade system from Knights of the Republic. And this is the one downside to this. The upgrade system is not as free-flowing as I would prefer. Go ahead and upgrade that. Go ahead and upgrade that. It's not as free as later later games in later games in the series will get. So we're going to bring Mission and bring Karth. We need both of them. And the reason why I say that is because there are set upgrades in the game. Set upgrades. The vibration cell, you only get vibration cells. Scopes, you only get scopes. Beam splitters, you only get beam splitters. You don't get to decide what kind of upgrades you can put on your equipment at any given time. And to be 100% with you, there are very few weapons in the game that can be upgraded, but when you do get them, they are a godsend to have. They are a godsend to have. It's just unfortunate that you really do kind of have to just pick and choose when you want to use your upgrades, when you don't want to use your upgrades. Let me check something real quick here.
Yes?
But yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's like, I like the upgrade system in Knights of the Republic 2 compared to this game. Because the one in the sequel, you get upgrades that not only enhance your defense and offense, but they also enhance your abilities too. Like you can put on armor upgrades and weapon upgrades that enhance your field skills as well as your combat skills beyond just damage multipliers. Like for instance, if you're using the Force in the sequel, you can actually upgrade it to where you have, you have abilities that upgrade your basic Force powers. Then you have abilities that upgrade specific Force powers. Like you can upgrade a healing power to do more and more.
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along.
I got my authorization papers right here.
Well, why didn't you say so? Everything seems to be in order. Okay, I guess you can go down to the lower city. Just be careful down there. Those swoop gangs will take a shot at anybody. Even our Sith patrols have come under fire.
Yeah, so when you first come back here after losing your Sith disguise, you have to talk to that guy again. It's a small attention to detail, but I do like that they did it, because, yeah, it costs a couple of extra seconds, you gotta futz around with this guy, but it does make sense. He doesn't know it was you under that uniform, and if he did, it would raise a lot of questions, like, why would you go from a uniform needing authorization papers? So it is a nice attention to detail, and I like that they put it in there. So, yeah, that's basically it. And that's about as far as it's going to go. Now, we do need the rat ghoul serum for one specific thing down here. You can use it for something else, but there's one specific thing that we... Actually, no, I don't think you can use it for anything else. You have to get it for this. So, when you go down into the lower city, go down to the undercity, you can find the rat ghoul serum. And you can actually use the rat ghoul serum on yourself. Okay, so this is brought in Karth. What do you want? Speak to Karth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
I just want to talk with you.
Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it?
I'm always up for a good fight.
So I've seen. If I were Malik, I'd be a bit nervous to have you on my tail. I just don't trust easily. And for good reasons, which are my own.
But we have to work together, Karth. So it has plenty to do with me. my bad. I misread that. Do one more take, people. Take two. But we have to work together, Garth. So it has plenty to do with me.
Damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I? You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes. 5 years ago, the Jedi had just finished the war with the Mandalorians. Revan and Malak were heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust?
Okay, what do I have to do with Malak and Revan?
It's not that. That's not what I mean. There were others, good, solid, trusted men who joined them. Malak and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and joined them are even worse. The dark side has nothing to do with why they joined with the Sith. They deserve no mercy.
I haven't joined the Sith, Garth.
I know. And I should apologize to you. I've become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just... oh, never mind. Let's just continue with what we were doing. I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, so yeah, we're getting closer to the root of the problem for Garth, which is honestly good. It's honestly good because that conversation pretty much marks the point that we are past Karth doing this back and forth wishy-washy nonsense. He's actually talking about the issue. The first, what was it, 4 times is back and forth. At this point, they're going to go ahead and give us the information that we're trying to get. Now, here's what you want to do. You want to go talk to her. That's the better idea. Let me talk to Gindar first.
Welcome back, Upworlder. Why have you come?
I have a serum to save your people from the Rackle disease.
You are generous to offer this to us, Upworlder. You have my thanks. But I know nothing of administering the serum. You should bring it to the village healer.
Okay, I think I'll be going.
As you wish, Upworld.
So we'll talk to him first, and then here's the village healer. Outcast healer.
Wait, Upworlder. You can't go through this gate. There is too much danger and suffering beyond. For your own sake, turn back.
No, I brought you a serum to cure Rackle disease.
Your offer is generous, Upworlder, but the serum is useless to us now. The villagers infected with the Rackle disease have been quarantined beyond this gate. At any moment they could be transformed into terrible monsters. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into rat ghouls and attack them at any moment.
Like, I'm going through those gates to try and help the infected ones.
I can't stop you from going through the gates, Upworlder, but if the infected ones have already transformed into rat ghouls, you'll be walking into your grave.
Alright, and there we go.
Please, help us. We're infected with the rat ghoul disease. At any moment we could... No! This cannot be... No!
And just like that, we have problems on our hands. Right, Karth. I guess Karth doesn't have a good sightline, so... Yeah, that is a problem with the game. That the sightlines in this game are kind of weird. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this because I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this next hit. If I do, then great. If I don't, guess what it is. I don't survive. So that's okay. Ooh, okay, this is going to be a problem now, because I'm going to need to go to these, and we're just going to throw a couple of frags. Nope, too close. So now I'm going to have to do this. Okay, I don't think Karth has good... Oh wait, do I have... Okay. I'll have to be careful with my health on this one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do some of this and some of this. And come on, Carp, I'm gonna need to. Okay. Yeah, advanced med pack on this one and go from there. Carp, if you want to do ahead and actually hit the guy now, that would be very helpful. Okay, there you go. Leave it to Karth to come at the last second.
Huh?
Sure.
Yeah, that was the one that I guess those were the rackles I was thinking about, because some of these rackles will mess you up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Pick up on my
Sure.
advanced med packs, but it is what it is.
Please, you have to help us. We beg you. We don't want to end up like the others. Please help us. We can't end up like them.
Okay, I have brought you a serum to cure the rackle disease.
You have a cure. Please, give it to me. Quickly, before it's too late.
Here, take the rackle
Quickly.
serum.
I must inject it before it's too late. Yes. I feel it working. I feel the disease burning away. It's like a miracle. I am cured. Thank you, Upworlder. You have saved us from a fate worse than death. I only wish I had some reward to give you. Maybe you can find something worthwhile in the wreckage of that Republic escape pod.
Republic escape pod? What are you talking about?
Not long ago, an escape pod crashed in the Undercity, far to the northeast of the village. We were going to try and salvage equipment from it when we were attacked by the rat ghouls and infected. I'd tell you more if I could, but our salvage team never reached the pod. It's probably still there, unless some of the other Upworlders already found it and picked it clean. We should go now, Upworlder. We're anxious to return to the village and see our families again. Thank you once again for everything you have done.
And we get a level up for Karth. Good thing, too, because he's the one who pretty much was the MVP for that one. I'm going to go ahead and say it because, oh boy, I was not expecting to have a hard time with that fight.
Ready.
I don't know why I did that. I'm going to auto level up him. Alright, so there's that.
You amaze me. I always thought the surface dwellers couldn't care less about us outcasts. But you risked everything to help those infected villagers. I wish I had some type of reward to give you, but we outcasts have nothing. All I can offer is the gratitude of the entire village.
I need a little bit of healing. And there we go, we get some healing. So she'll heal you. For free. Got the Gengar.
You have done a great thing for my village, Upworlder. Few from the surface would bother to cure an outcast of the Rakul disease as you have done. My only regret is that I have no reward to give you for your aid. Save my thanks and the thanks of my people.
Ask
your
questions.
Upworld.
See, is there anything else on here? That's
As
it?
you wish, Upworld.
No, yes, let's talk to Rookil about his apprentice.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
I think Savior might be a bit much, but your apprentice is dead. I have her journal.
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the Promised Land.
Guide you? I don't even know what the Promised Land is.
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rookil knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
Very well. Tell me the history of your people, if you must.
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. there is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Terrace, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
Is that how you came to be down here?
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Teresian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Terrace, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
How can I lead you to this promised land when I don't even know what it is?
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps, with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location.
Well, I have one of the journals you're looking for.
Yes, Upworlder. Well done. However, I see that this journal alone does not have enough clues for me to solve this mystery. Too many pieces are still missing. I'm afraid that only with all three journals, my grandfather's, my father's, and my apprentice's, will I be able to discover the location of the Promised Land. I will leave this journal with you for safekeeping for now. Perhaps it will aid you in your search for the others. I wish you luck, Upworlder, for the sake of the entire village.
And there's that. Now that's why I said you want to do this beforehand, because if we complete this guy's quest, we cannot help out the other villagers. Ruka believes that with his apprentice's journal and the journals of his father and grandfather, he could piece together the clues and discover the location of the Promised Land. He's asked you to bring the journals with him. For questions, we have the apprentice journal, and that's it. It's just a Promised Land apprentice journal. So we need to find 2 more journals. By the way, I was in the quest screen. If you press X, you can view your quest-related items. Otherwise, you view all items, and that can be kind of annoying.
I saw you talking with Rukel. He told you his legends about the Promised Land, didn't he? He told you all about his missing apprentice and the other lost explorers, right? You know, most people don't believe his stories. They figure he's nothing but an old cook. But I think there might be some truth in what he's saying. That's why I want to stop him.
Why are you telling me this?
Oh, don't worry, I'll make this quick. I've got an offer that might be worth your while. For an outcast, I've got things pretty good. The village relies on me to bring in food and supplies. I'm an important man. If it wasn't for Gendar, I'd be running this place.
I get the feeling if it wasn't for Gendar, this place would be a lot worse off than it is.
But if Rukel ever finds his Promised Land, I'm sunk. People won't need to rely on me anymore. I'll just be another nobody like all the rest of the villagers. I won't let that happen.
That's horrible. How can you be so self-centered?
Don't judge me. I learned a long time ago that if I want to survive down here, I've got to look out for number one. The two explorers who went searching for the Promised Land might have found something. They might have found clues or evidence, just like Rukel's apprentice. They would have recorded that information in their journals. I'll pay you if you bring all 3 journals to me. The 2 from the explorers and the 1 from Rukel's apprentice. Then I can destroy the evidence and make sure nobody ever finds the Promised Land. I've saved up enough credits for my business here to make it worth your while if you help me.
Forget it. I won't betray Rook on the village for you.
Don't be a fool. I'm the only one here who can pay you for those journals. Rukel has nothing. He won't be able to come up with any kind of reward. Once you have all 3 journals, just bring them to me and I'll give you a decent reward. Now, was there something else you needed?
Let's see his inventory.
The best stuff.
So, we now have enough money to get the Enchanting Battle Armor, which we are going to need going forward. We also have enough money to get the Arcanian Heavy Pistol, which we are going to need. At least I think we're going to need. We can also buy a couple other things once we get some money. So I'll look into grabbing the other stuff he has. But right now I want to equip this because it's medium armor and it has +1 for maximum dexterity. This is the mod armor once again. This one has 9 and 9. We'll leave this on car for now since it's upgradable and it can be improved. But we want to give her the Arcanian pistol because it does a little bit more damage. Also, I re-equip Kar's blaster and the Ion blaster, so don't forget to do that.
What?
I think about it. Is Karth? Yeah, Karth is versed in dual weapons because I believe he was. Yeah, yeah. If I remember correctly, yes, he was wielding 2 pistols at once, and Karth specializes in pistols, so keep that in mind.
What?
Now I'm gonna do one last thing before we close it off for today. There was an individual out here that I helped clear out some mines for and did not follow up on. Let's see how he's doing.
Help me. Please. I can feel it inside my skin. Something growing. Like some kind of hideous disease.
Here, take this serum, it will cure you.
Thank you. Those things, they attacked as soon as we came out the doors. They killed the others. It was horrible.
You're okay now, but I need information. I'm looking for Bastila.
Bastila? She wasn't in this pod. We were tracking her pod just before we hit the planet's surface. It went down somewhere to the west. We lost the signal when our own pod crashed. Maybe. Wait. What was that? Did you hear that? I thought I heard something.
I didn't hear anything.
Over there. I heard something. I know I did. There it is again. It's those monsters. They're coming back. Run for your lives.
Now, it's important to note that with regards to that soldier, you can do this mission and not have to worry about saving him. I'm going to let you know that right now. As a matter of fact, I believe the intended outcome was that you were supposed to come down here first. Okay, I'm probably going to go ahead and die from that, but that's fine. Since I'm out of combat now, I should heal up no problem. This. and do this.
Ready.
We are going to find more med packs, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm not too worried about it because, like I said, we're out of combat. Not too big a deal. And we are going to find more med packs. We're going to be really careful going forward. You can always go back in and buy more if you really need to, but we should be fine. But yeah, with that Republic soldier, you just found a med pack. We could have just let him transform. I think the intended outcome was that you're supposed to go up to him first, talk to him, see how the rat ghoul disease works, and then go back and do everything else. But if you do things the order I would, you can save him, save in big quotation marks, and get a med pack, a sonic grenade, and some credits. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're at right now. There's also this section over here that didn't I? Oh, these enemies respawn. Right. So before we do anything with that, I'm going to save and take care of these enemies off screen because we already dealt with them once before. And I will catch you next time. I've been Anansi. You've been awesome. Deuces.